Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Arcanized, or Everest here, back again with another video. It is the end of May, which means it is time to rank every movie that I saw for the first time in May 2020. I do hope you guys enjoy. If you are into movies and television and movie news and stuff like that, please consider subscribing to this channel. And I watched 25 films in May. We're going to rank them from worst to best, starting with Lovebirds at the bottom. This was the new Kumail Nanjiani Netflix film. It was originally supposed to go in theaters, and I don't know why, because the movie's awful. Like, I did not understand anything that was going on. Some of the comedy in there was actually pretty good, but I just think it would have worked way better as a regular rom-com. Instead, they tried to do way too much with it. It didn't work. Next up at number 24, Avalon High, a Disney Channel original. I watched it with some friends. It sucks. Then we move on to number 23, The Half of It, which also was not great, but it's a little better than those last two. I think it does do some interesting stuff with its story, and for the most part, it treats LGBT characters with respect, which I guess is a plus, because Netflix doesn't usually do that, but still it's not that great. Then at number 22, High Life, Robert Pattinson. It's interesting. It's really interesting. I could not get into it. I believe it's A24, and Robert Pattinson's good. Like, he's good, but I did not get the movie. I don't know. It was kind of weird. Then at number 21, Ready or Not. This is a horror movie. Very interesting concept, hide and seek, but everyone seeking is trying to kill you. I had a decent time with it, but it's nothing great. It's not my kind of movie. Then at number 20, Draft Day. This is a kind of sports movie, but there's no real sports played. I mean, I don't know. It's got some big names in it, and I enjoyed it. It's not too long, and it does some cool stuff. It was just a fun watch, whatever. Then at number 19, Dude Perfect Backstage Pass. I am counting this as a film. It's a 1 hour, 20-minute documentary about Dude Perfect. Nostalgia, good music. I had a good time. Then at number 18, The Lego Movie 2, the second part. Definitely a bit of a letdown for me. I didn't enjoy it that much. I think it's not as original as the first film, but it's not terrible. Like, it's a fine movie. Then at number 17, They Shall Not Grow Old. This is an interesting kind of documentary, I guess, basically about these soldiers during World War I, and they take footage from World War I and make it in color, like colorize it. So it's really interesting, but I found it pretty boring, if I'm being honest. Then at number 16, Contagion. Definitely should not have watched this time of year. We're in a pandemic. This movie's about a pandemic. It kind of freaked me out. It's got Mark Wahlberg in it, and it's an alright little movie. I liked it, but I wasn't a huge fan. Then at number 15, A Star Is Born, the one with, I think Bradley Cooper and, Lady Gaga. I liked it. I liked it. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's been remade a bunch too, and it took me a while to watch it, but it is good. Then at number 14, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. There's some cool stuff in here. It's got some epic moments, but overall, I haven't been digging a lot of DC's more recent stuff. So again, wasn't a huge fan, but I would say it's a pretty solid DCEU film. Like, I enjoyed it. Then at number 13, The Normal Heart. This is a movie about gay LGBT men dealing with AIDS back in the 80s. Mark Ruffalo's in it, and he gives an incredible performance, and this movie is good. I enjoyed it. I think it's a little bit too long, and some of it just didn't hit for me, but I appreciate this film a lot. Then at number 12, Little Woman. This is probably my least favorite of the Best Picture nominees from last year, but I still enjoyed it. I think there's some great directing. It's a little confusing jumping back and forth between timelines. It takes a toll on the viewer, but it's still pretty good. Then at number 11, Sing Street. This is a little musical coming-of-age film. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's amazing, but I do think it's pretty good. I enjoyed how it actually felt like high school, and there's some killer songs in this. Drive It Like You Stole It is a great song and probably should have been nominated. I mean, it's awesome. You'd probably have a fun time. Then at number 10, the top 10, North by Northwest. This is an old classic, and it's good. It definitely is good, but it didn't grip me like I thought it would. It is old. You can tell it's old. But then at number 9, Escape from Alcatraz. This has Clint Eastwood. And it's a good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do have to say, I think there's good performances. Alcatraz has always intrigued me. The Escape from Alcatraz storyline. I love that story. Mythbusters did an episode on that. It's everywhere and I enjoy it. Then at number 8, Uncut Gems. Adam Sandler is fan-flipping-tastic in this movie, but I didn't really get into it until the third act when they kind of slowed stuff down. The anxiety throughout it didn't totally work for me, but it still delivered, and I think this is a good movie that you guys should watch. It's on Netflix, so. Then at number 7, What We Do in the Shadows, the Taika Waititi low-budget vampire spoof movie. Hilarious. Absolutely jaw-dropping funny. It is one of the funniest movies I've seen this year. I enjoyed it immensely. Then number 6, Slumdog Millionaire, which won Best Picture. I don't think it's Best Picture good, but it's definitely a really good movie. I think the concept is incredibly interesting, and there's some great performances. I kind of drew some parallels to Forrest Gump with the relationship going on within it. But yeah, it's good, man. Then at number 5, The Prestige. This is Christopher Nolan. It's got Bale and Hugh Jackman, and they are both fantastic in this. And I like the suspense. It's the right amount of confusing, but sometimes it did get too confusing for me. Like, it got kind of out of hand, and I'd seen some stuff before, but still, I think it's great. I loved it. Then at number 4, Peanut Butter Falcon. This has Shia LaBeouf, and it's such a heartwarming story. It is so touching and just makes you feel good. It really does. It's a story about this man with Down syndrome, and he escapes from a nursing home he was put in because he had nowhere else to go, and then Shia LaBeouf finds him, and they go on adventures. It's just incredibly heartwarming. Then at number 3, Arrival with Amy Adams, who's great in it. It's about aliens coming to Earth and trying to figure out how to communicate with them to find out what they want, and it's super interesting, and one that really stuck with me since I've seen it. I mean, I keep thinking about it a little bit, and it's got some interesting themes. I just enjoyed it. Then at number 2, Black Klansman. Oh, yes. I loved it. It has the son of Denzel Washington, who is great. It's got Adam Driver, who is fantastic, and it has a killer score. Please watch this movie and listen for the score. The score is incredible. I love it so much. It uses a guitar, which I haven't seen in a while, and it's just all around a really well-made, funny, but gets its point across and makes you feel something. But at number 1, I had never seen Back to the Future before this month. I really don't want to talk about it. Parents kind of failed me, but it's great. Like, it's fantastic. I absolutely adored it. It's a timeless film, and I knew a lot of the stuff about it, but I'd never seen it, and it lives up to all the hype. I loved it, and it made it in my top 10 from all the movies I've seen this year. So that's pretty cool. Let me know if you guys watched any movies this month. How are you doing? Give me your rankings. Are you watching different types of movies? Are you rewatching some? Just go down in the comments. Let's have a conversation, and I'll see you in the next video. Again, thanks for watching, but I am out.